Welcome to the final battle of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2 Losers Round 1, Set Number 2. That was a mouthful. This is going to be between Startoads and Detroit Dinos versus Quasimodo and Pitiful Punching Bags. The score is 1-1. If you haven't watched the other battles, go ahead and watch them. They were pretty crazy. And we have, of course, the Mega Pokemon, Mega Gardevoir, and Mega Alakazam, respectively. And then we have Z Pokemon. We have Z Attack, Heatran, Z Any, Salamence, and then Z Any Kartana, respectively. So joining me today in the third battle, of course, he joined me in the first and second battles as well, Sir Roland from Waterfront Woods. And we're going to start with some initial thoughts first about these changes, because there have been changes to both of the teams in terms of the Pokemon they brought. Specifically, Heatran is on Detroit Dinos instead of Magneton, Kartana instead of Komo. So let's discuss those.
So Heatran, I believe, gets, if I remember correctly, yes, Flash Fire. Flash Fire would be really, really good in dealing with Moltres. Even though it is Steel type, just like Magneton was, it can actually take a Fire type attack, unlike Magneton from Moltres. The only thing that it needs to look out for would be a Ground type attack, most likely from either Moltres or possibly from Barbaracle, since it gets Earthquake. And then Kartana as well, Kartana being extremely strong and pretty fast as well, and also having access to Beast Boost. Could be a very, very dangerous Pokemon for Mega Gardevoir to have to deal with, and for Mamoswine to deal with, given that it is a Steel type and can actually hit Ice type pretty hard.
Yeah, I think basically what you said pretty much runs true. The Kartana switch, it does have low special defense, but there's only Gardevoir. Well, no, there's Heatran too, so never mind. Actually, they could both hit on the special side. One thing I do want to say is that Araquanid with that Sticky Web seemed to help out a lot last match, so I think he might go for setting up Araquanid Sticky Web again, especially since Moltres is the only defogger. Maybe we'll see a Stealth Rock too to break some sashes coming from Startoad. From Quasimodo, I think he's definitely going to want to set up hazards as well. I'm not sure if he'll do that with Barbaracle, but I think it is definitely a good idea. Now's the chance for him to get creative on some of the sets that he ran before, just to be a little bit unexpected. Not sure if he's expecting Heatran, but HP Ground would be really good on Moltres for that. So yeah, we'll see how this battle goes. I'm hype. I'm excited. And yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
If this battle is anything like the last two, I think someone's heart is going to explode.
Accurate, because that was so intense.
Oh my god.
Get ready for an intense battle. That's all we gotta say. Alright, so you ready?
Oh, one more thing. Happy birthday, Frosty.
Oh yes! Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, that was so Cuban of me. Happy birthday, Frosty. And hope you're enjoying your birthday. Eat some birthday cake because it's yummy, and we'll give you a good battle. So let's go ahead and see how this unfolds. And any predictions for leads?
Definitely going to see Arachnid again, trying to set up the Sticky Web. I think for Quasi, I think we're going to see finally a Barbaracle lead, maybe a set of some hazards.
Alright, it looks like you're right. Araquanid and Greninja are going to face each other. This is good for Araquanid. It could really threaten Greninja. Greninja can't do much versus it, and Araquanid can pretty much 100% set up a Sticky Web in this scenario, unless Araquanid goes for Greninja goes for a taunt. And it looks like Araquanid was scouting out that taunt with Magic Coat. Dark Pulse is the move that Greninja used instead. Araquanid can now go for a Leech Life if it so desires, or try to set up that Sticky Web.
Oh, it flinched. Oh, that was probably trying to go for a Sticky Web.
One more flinch means Araquanid might be completely dead.
The good thing about Araquanid is that it gets water absorbed. It goes for the leech life and looks like Greninja sashed. The good thing about Araquanid is that it gets water absorbed, which means that Greninja cannot use Water Shuriken to take it down.
It does get water absorbed, but it's most likely running Water Bubble, I think. And it looks like Liquidation removes Greninja from the battle, but no Sticky Web is up yet. Heatran is going to be a lot more comfortable with Greninja gone.
For sure, especially given that it's a water type, and we all know that fire hates water. I think the biggest issue that it has to deal with now is the other water type, Barbaracle.
Indeed. Moltres comes out to face Araquanid. Hurricane can miss, so this is something Moltres will have to take a gamble on. If Araquanid gets the Liquidation in, Startoad will be very comfortable right now.
Looks like he goes for the Heatran, and Hurricane does miss.
Ooh, so the Liquidation would have hit if he stayed in, but controversy, the Heatran is in. That Hurricane still does a whopping 33%, and Stealth Rock is now up.
There's the hazards. Hazards are going to be very good. Oh!
Ooh, so it does have Defog. Interesting. That Lava Plume doing 29%, and now both of these fire types are at 60s.
Oh, it confused. Oh, it would have been such RNG if it actually hit itself after being confused. Especially given that we've already seen a little bit of RNG with the one flinch from
Roost!
This is a very interesting Moltres set.
Wow!
We've got a Hurricane, Defog, and Roost. 3 flying type moves. 2 of which are both more on the stall side of things, or well, stall and anti-stall.
Crazy. I did not expect to see a Moltres like this. Shadow Ball.
Oh, wow. Hurricane doing a lot of damage to Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir not on the physically bulky side. I believe it only has about 80 or 75 base defense. And a Shadow Ball actually not doing a whole lot either. But it's going to take down Moltres.
That Moltres was pretty intense. The score is now 6-4. And Kartana is the next one to come in. It can outspeed Mega Gardevoir. Will Gardevoir stay in or switch out?
I definitely don't think we should see a Gardevoir staying in, especially given that Kartana is a Steel type. Steel type is very, very much a killer fairy types, especially given that Kartana is fast. And we don't want, or Startup does not want, Kartana to set up a Beast Boost quite yet, or at all.
That's right, it does have Beast Boost. I think Startoad's probably going to switch in Double Aid. Kartana's poised here to do some big damage. Oh, and Mega Gardevoir actually stays in, and the Beast Boost is going to activate. Smart Strikes takes down Gardevoir.
I can see why Startoad would stay in. Mega Gardevoir would stay in. Doesn't seem to have too much of a use now, except for maybe Shadow Balling Mega Alakazam or Wobbuffet.
This is going to be a big test. Can Kartana take down Double Aid? Its defense is extremely high.
Especially if it has Eviolite instead of Life Orb this time around.
Double Aid can go for the... Oh, it looks like Wobbuffet comes in instead to take the Shadow Claw.
Wow.
Huge damage there.
Critical hit brings it down to 22%.
And Shadow Sneak is going to remove Wobbuffet despite the fact that it ate its Custap Berry.
There's the Shadow Sneak we were looking for last battle.
Yeah.
Starto comes in. Oh, very cool.
Double Aid in a really good position here. I think Barbaracle needs to Shell Smash to be able to take it down. We might see Mega Alakazam. Well, no, actually we won't. Barbaracle's going to come in, but Double Aid is comfortable until Barbaracle sets up that Shell Smash.
And there's the Shell Smash. Using a Shadow Claws. Only going to bring it down to 47%. I was expecting a Steel type move there.
I was expecting Sacred Sword. Regardless, that Shadow Claw is enough to take down Barbaracle, and the score is now 5-2.
That defense stat is insane, especially given that it's not Life Orbed. It's most likely Eviolite, given the fact that it has not lost any HP from any of its attacks.
Interesting that we see Alakazam come in, considering that Shadow Sneak can do massive damage to Alakazam.
Shadow Sneak does 76%. The Shadow Ball is going to take out Doublet.
Scores 4-2, but Kartana is looking rather scary still. Mamoswine comes out, and Ice Shard will be enough to take out Mega Alakazam, I believe.
Looks like we're going to see a Kartana switch in to take the Ice Shard.
I think Starto is definitely going to preserve Mamoswine to take out Alakazam. But this is looking pretty scary right now as Kartana is fast and hits extremely hard.
And given its steel typing, I think the best idea for Startoad would be to switch into Heatran. Especially given that Kartana is 4 times weak to fire, but I do think Salamence could take a grass type move.
Oh, it just goes for the Ice Shard. Mega Alakazam might go for a sweep now. This is looking extremely scary. Quasimodo has some momentum now. 2 very fast Pokemon and no Sticky Web is up. Salamence comes in. Is it Scarfed? Is the question.
Scarf Salamence could. It does not look like it is. And it does seem to take a grass type attack. Oh. Critical hit. Leaf Blade does 44%, but Earthquake will take out Kartana. Very interesting interaction between those two Pokemon.
If Salamence has Quick Attack or Extreme Speed, it could take out Mega Alakazam, but Mega Alakazam is very fast.
I think the big question is it Scarfed? And since Kartana went first before Salamence every turn, it does not look like Salamence is Scarfed at all.
Or maybe they were both Scarfed and Kartana was just faster after the Scarf.
Oh, that could be true too.
Because why would Kartana keep using Leaf Blade if it wasn't Scarfed? So yeah, this actually is a Scarf Salamence, and it takes down Mega Alakazam, and that is the match. It's a 3-0 victory for Startoad's team, Detroit Deinos, over Quasimodo's team, Pitiful, Punching Bags. Yes, it was Scarfed.
Confirmed it's Scarfed.
Really interesting. I thought it wasn't because Kartana was going first, but yeah, makes sense since it used Leaf Blade, and who would use Leaf Blade willingly against the Salamence? Really good stuff there. Really interesting battle. What a set.
Oh my gosh, this was so much fun to commentate.
Yeah, it was great having you, and I'm glad you got to commentate this one because it was like hype all the way around.
Oh my goodness. I think just the 3 battles just showcased what these 2 trainers are capable of, and just how crazy a Pokemon battle can get between 2 very good trainers with 2 rather good teams.
Yeah, definitely. At the end, I was thinking, like, why did he just let Memo with Ice Shard die? Like, how's he going to take out Alakazam? But Scarf Salamence, that makes sense. He had a backup plan, so really good stuff there. And what a set. Wow. That was a 2-1 score in favor of Startoad and Detroit Deinos. He will be moving on to losers quarterfinals, and Quasimodo is out of the bracket, but he did put up quite a fight and showed us why he entered playoffs in the first place. What a crazy, awesome team and set. He was the team to beat. Like, his team was scary. Everyone was scared of that team. There wasn't a single person who was like, Quasimodo's team? Yeah, it's not that scary. Like, that was a crazy team. So
that team is very good, very scary, and it has a lot of very potent weapons.
Yeah, really, really intense team. So, yeah, especially with Jigglypuff. That's the most intense Pokemon on this team. All right, well, that was the end of Playoffs Week 2. We'll have a recap coming for you tomorrow, as well as the upcoming matchups. We're going to go on to losers quarterfinals now, and so stay tuned for that. And thank you very much for joining me in commentary. It was a fun one. And
Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned for some more. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the playoffs of Victory Road season 2. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is Noel from Sun and Friendly, joined by Sir Roland from Waterfront Woods, and we'll see you for some other sets later. See you then.